I would wear
God.
like mop head, you know, like the mops with like the fringe on both sides.
Yeah.
I would put that on my head and play with my hair.
Oh my gosh. You know, I'll never forget the time that I saw you shopping for purses the first time. And I was like, this girl is in her element right now. But coming to the decision at 30, what was the vital factor in your decision to transition?
Well, I think just like the health issues starting, I just didn't give a fuck what anyone thought. And I also look back at some of my relationships that I had had over the years. And I could think about like what went wrong and what was happening. And I was so confused, and I've struggled with dating and relationships and things like that. And it was just because I look back and I think it was because I was in this role of a boy in this relationship, and it just never worked. You know, I could never give them
Yeah.
like be living as a gay male in a relationship with a gay man. I couldn't give them what they needed, and they couldn't give me what I needed. And it was always this weird thing. And I look back and I can see that that's what the problem was, you know?
Yeah.
And I was also kind of like buff and muscular, and I, you know, was like trying really hard to like cover it up. And so like they were like seeing me as this like man, and I was just like, no.
No, ew. So what was your journey like? Like, take us through your journey. Like, were there obstacles? Was it an easy flip of the switch? Like, what was that like?
Yes. Okay. So I think I started 2 years before I came out. I started growing my hair out. I started getting laser hair removal years ahead of time. I was kind of like experimenting a little bit, kind of like leaning into the femininity aside like that. And then I would go
Yeah.
on trips to like New York or Greece or Europe and stuff like that. And I would really take on a role of being so feminine and leaning really into it, because one thing in the gay community, especially in West Hollywood, like it is all about masculinity, and people really cover up some of their gayness and their femininity to always appear more masculine. So I really took, you know, time to like lean into it, to kind of feel it out, experiment it, and like lean into that feminine side. And but I kept it, you know, as such a secret. And I had excuses of why I was getting laser hair removal. I had excuses why I was growing my hair out. I had
Yeah.
all of these things, and I literally didn't tell anybody for so long. I think Chris is actually the first person I told, but besides that, I told like one other person before I actually was on hormones.